What's up, everybody? My name is Paul, and this is the Basketball Show, where we talk basketball, NBA, NBA news, and share NBA opinions as unbiased as I possibly can. Not everybody agrees. Today, I have an interesting show for you. As we know, recently, Stephen A. Smith made some comments about LeBron James, crying and complaining that the media is not saying anything positive about him and today's NBA. LeBron had said that no one wants to be the face of the NBA and that it's hard to be surprised because everyone in the media that talks about the NBA is always negative and they're killing the game. Few days have passed since those comments, because it was in the beginning of the week, from LeBron and Stephen A. Smith scolding him for those comments. And I have to say that I think that LeBron's camp must have caught up to Stephen A. and given him a script on how he should now praise LeBron and tell everyone that LeBron is the greatest of all time, as he did in these comments that I'm going to let you watch. So I'm going to let you listen to them now. So here you go, and I'll be right back. Make sure to come back because I got a lot to say about these comments.
And I've decided that, on this particular morning, I'm going to make some news. I know, and we all know, I'm putting nobody ahead of Michael Jordan. Nobody. Okay? And I stand on it.
I'm going to listen to this.
Because my definition of the GOAT is you at your best against anybody else at their best. What did it equal? But in listening to Brian Windhorst bringing up this nugget, there's nobody who has been as good for as long, meaning longevity, a sustained level of pristine excellence. LeBron James is the GOAT in that category. I don't think LeBron's best eclipses Michael Jordan's best.
I need you to define what you're saying by that.
LeBron, in other words, what Wendy said, nobody has been this good for this long. And I'm saying to you, because that's the reality, I feel the way that I feel that Jordan at his best is the greatest that I've ever seen. But Jordan wasn't that good for that long. Not this period. This is 22 years. LeBron James wins Player of the Month in 2005, and 20 years later, he wins Player of the Month. I mean, the brother's averaging 29, 10, and 7. They shoot 40-something% from the field, from three-point range, rather. 55% from the field. He's been absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to sit up here today, although he annoyed the living hell out of me last week with all of that nonsense he was talking. In the end, the greatness that he has put on display for as long as he has put on display, I'll even go a step further, knowing how I feel about Jordan, and I think anybody that knows basketball agrees with me. I actually think it's time to not even have the debate anymore, because that's how great LeBron James has been for as long as he has been that great. I can stand down and acknowledge that, because this is absolutely phenomenal. But it's not the 50,000 points. It's not even the way he's looked last night. It's not even the way he's looked this month. It's the fact that I'm watching this brother with Anthony Davis, without Anthony Davis, with Luka, without Luka. I mean, this dude right here, and I'm looking at a guy at 40 years of age who's in better shape than 98% of the league, if not more, at age 40 in his 22nd season. LeBron James, especially on a morning like this, deserves all the props in the world, and I'm going to give it to him.
Now, Stephen A. Smith just said that LeBron James is the greatest of all time, my friends. He did mention that Michael Jordan's best was better than LeBron James' best. But for the overall 22 years LeBron has played in the NBA and all the points that he scored and the level he's still playing at, he's now the NBA GOAT, in Stephen A. Smith's opinion. It must have been a good talking to Stephen A. Smith got from Clutch and LeBron to change his mind like this in just a few days. But if you think about it, it makes zero sense. First of all, we know that Stephen A. Smith says something one week and he says something totally opposite another week. But he had to get a reprimand from the James camp to at least try to balance out the negative with the positive news. And how to better stroke LeBron's and clutch sports ego than to call LeBron the NBA GOAT, at least for a week. ESPN has become like SNL, a comedy show. The statements, the faces, and comments made on that show are nothing short of weird a lot of times. Nothing is consistent. Everyone keeps changing opinions, but how else would they get ratings and viewers if by not making out of the ordinary comments, right? So they have to change those comments and their opinions once in a while to get people watching. Oh, he's saying something different now. As I said in many of my previous videos, LeBron James is no GOAT, and that the debate has been over for about a decade now. Too many things on LeBron James' resume are bad to label him the GOAT. Yes, he played now 22 seasons at a very high level, like no one else has ever done. Yes, he has the most points scored in the history of the league. And yes, he's still playing at an unbelievable level for a 40-year-old guy. That's true. But there's a factual rebuttal to all of it. The main thing that has allowed him to do what he does is rule changes. You can never tell me LeBron got beat up and bruised like Michael Jordan did during his career. Did LeBron get beat up in multiple seasons by teams like the Pistons of old that MJ faced? No. Did he face anything like the 90s physical Knicks or the Heat? No. Did MJ load manage any time in his career? No. Did LeBron? You bet he did. There were articles written about him specifically, and fans all over have complained and called him out for it. Did fans ever witness Michael Jordan fold and fail in an NBA Finals? Never. Did they witness LeBron James fold and fail in an NBA Finals? Heck yeah. He literally folded and quit twice in an NBA Finals, and he literally got called out for it by his own teammates. Have you ever heard anything like that from MJ teammates? Never. All you hear is that MJ was too competitive, too serious about the game, and always gave 100%, whether it was practice, regular season, all-star game, or whatever. People never felt cheated by Michael Jordan, and that's why they treated him like a basketball god and still do. You take a poll anywhere on social media where all kinds of fans have access, and not one of these polls will have LeBron James as the NBA GOAT. Unless it's a private Facebook page, for example, that's closed off to anyone else other than LeBron fans. I'm talking about an open forum with no censorship or anything like that. Just as LeBron James is very sensitive, so are his fans. I get comments every day on my channel like, oh, another LeBron hater channel. Oh, another BS LeBron hater channel. Are you freaking kidding me? Do you know why these people are so sensitive? Because their idol is sensitive. They take after him. People usually do that. They emulate their idols. What the hell is a hater? A person with a different opinion, which you don't agree with? Get a hold of yourself and remember, it's just a sport and you're in the minority. LeBron James, after being accused by his own teammates that he quit in the finals and playing in a much softer NBA, which even Stephen A. Smith even called soft as cotton a while back, and the great Kobe Bryant said 2014 already that NBA got soft. It's not the same league. It's not the same league. Not the same rules, not the same physicality and speed of the game. The game is faster, you'll score more points. The league is less physical, it's easier to get to the basket, easier to have a higher field goal percentage, easier to not be injured on the basketball court. So the records you're beating in years you are playing don't count as much as they did decades back because they're simply easier, not the same. Everything is easier. And we even get a guy that's still in the NBA, Draymond Green, tell us recently, in the past week, on his own podcast, that 70% of the players today don't care if they win any game that they play. I mean, this guy, LeBron, is playing against 3/4 of the NBA that is not even interested in beating him. They just want to collect the next check. Stephen A. Smith had to say what he did to get ratings, to get people talking about it and make LeBron happy for a change and stroke his ego. Now he can get back to bashing the guy and being objective and not sucking up to a sensitive player that had to start calling himself GOAT first because no one ever even thought about doing that. Think about that. Thank you again for watching a video. Check out these ones that you see on the screen now, and I will see you soon in the next one.